Hi, I'm Lonny Huot. I'm the executive chef at Edgewood Tahoe Resort. Hanging out over here with my friends at the ZLINE Test Kitchen. Today we're going to make a summer berry crumble. Super easy, very tasty. We're going to finish it off with a little bit of vanilla bean ice cream. So how we're going to get started with this is just some fresh strawberries that I'm just going to cut into quarters or maybe even sixths. Put them in the pan. If they're larger, you can cut them into smaller pieces. These happen to be pretty large strawberries, so. Okay. I'm going to add just about a tablespoon of butter to this, and then I'm going to put it on the heat to get that, just to sweat them down a little bit. They're naturally sweet. I'm not going to add much sugar. I'm going to let the natural sugars sweeten that up. We also have some blackberries and blueberries that we're going to be adding in, but I want to cook these strawberries down a little bit, almost to create kind of a sauce with them, and I'll show you what that looks like. So while we're waiting for that, we are going to make our crumb topping, which is quick oats. It's about a cup of quick oats. This is about 1/4 of a cup of light brown sugar. Use some almonds, some black walnuts. I'm going to just crush those up a little bit. You can do it by hand. You can chop it up with a knife. This works pretty well because you still want some nice chunks in there. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to put a teaspoon of cinnamon. This is about 2 tablespoons of flour. Our butter. And I'm just going to work this with my hand. Get that butter. I want little tiny pieces, almost like pea-sized pieces. Until that's well incorporated. Yep, so you just want that to just break up like this. We're going to set that aside. I can hear my berries working over here and head over to them. So while I'm waiting for my strawberries to cook down, I'm going to make a slight slurry. A slurry this is cornstarch. And instead of using water, I prefer to use a juice so it just doesn't water down whatever the rest of the natural flavors. So this is a little bit orange juice and a little bit of lemon juice that I'm going to add the cornstarch to. And this is going to just thicken up that cobbler, the sauce just slightly, just so it has a really nice consistency to it. And I'll just mix that in. So if I let this sit for a while, the cornstarch is always going to set down to the bottom. So if you set this aside and do this in advance, it's a good idea to just make sure that you stir it up again before you do the addition. The strawberries are starting to soften up a little. So at this point, I'm going to put in half of the blackberries and half of the blueberries. Just to let them break down. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want the rest of the berries to have a really nice integrity and have a little bit of bite left to them after they come out of the oven. If, as you can see, they're starting to soften up a little bit, starting to release some of their natural juices. Let that go another moment. Then I'm going to fold in the rest of those and cut the heat off because I don't want those to cook until they go into the oven. So I'm going to fold those all back together. This is a very, very simple recipe, but very delicious. I'm going to fill my cast iron bowls. And beautiful. Okay, perfect. Then we're going to go back to our crumb topping, our oats and sugar, flour, and butter. And just put a nice generous little sprinkle on top of that. There you go. And that is perfect. So as you see, I have these on a baking sheet and I'm putting them in a 350-degree preheated oven. I put them on a baking sheet in case there's any boiling or any spillage. It'll help you with the cleanup later. You'll thank me for that tip. We'll put that in the oven for about 15 minutes and then we'll come back to it and put the ice cream on top. All right, so now that's been in the oven for about 15 minutes or so, I'm going to take them out, let them cool, and we are going to finish this up. And they look beautiful. You can see they're bubbling. That's why we want to let them hang out for a second. I'm going to just scoop some vanilla ice cream right on the top of that. I think I'm going to put 2 scoops on that one. And there you have that. That is a wonderful, really light summer berry crumble, baked in the cast iron. Oven works great. Love the ZLINE Kitchen. Thank you for having me again, and look forward to seeing you soon.